Hi BookTube, Aaron here, or well, you can't quite see me. I'm here. I'm on the other side of the camera. Today I'm just doing a quick announcement video for an event taking place, starting in the next couple of weeks, and it's going to take place throughout the whole of August. And as you may have guessed from the books here, we're going to be reading T.S. Eliot. It's a reading group headed by Thomas. His channel is the handle of his channel is Art and Literature Matters, and I'll have a link to his channel in the description. And there are plenty of other hosts, and I'm one of the many co-hosts of this reading event. I think Roy Reads Anything is one of the hosts. I know Pat from Book Chat with Pat is involved, and loads of other people. So I'll try to remember to have them down in the description as well. But yeah, we're going to spend a month reading some T.S. Eliot, who is a poet I really love, and I thought that doing this announcement would just be a good excuse to get out some of my T.S. Eliot books. The structure of the event, I'm going to sort of show you by going through the complete poems and plays. We're not reading everything that he wrote. We're just starting off with Proof Rock. So here we have Proof Rock from 1917, and specifically the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. I'm not sure if everyone will be, but I'll probably read through some of these other poems from that collection. But really, I think the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock is what's going to be focused on. Then the next 2 weeks going on from then, if we look at the bottom of the page, will be The Wasteland, which is a short poem. I've got it in a separate volume here. It's only a short thing, but it's really Eliot firing on all cylinders. It's complex and both elusive and allusive, it's brilliant. But if you're not familiar with it, and even if you are familiar with it, it's a bit of a brain teaser, and it can take some time to get used to, and there's always more to unpack from it. So there's going to be 2 weeks dedicated to The Wasteland. It was actually the last thing I read from Eliot back last winter. Me and Alan from Big Hard Books and Classics were reading it, and I went through this. This is a facsimile and transcript of the original drafts of The Wasteland, so it gives you a good look at the evolution of the poem, which is fascinating. During those 2 weeks, I might go off and do a bit of a side quest, as I'm not as familiar with this period between Prufrock up here and The Wasteland down here. There's this whole section with the poems from 1920 that I hardly know anything about. I've read some of them, but they've never resonated with me in the same way that some of these really early poems do, and some of his later poetry does. So if I've got time, I might be doing a bit of a side quest. And then once we're done with The Wasteland, we're moving over, and we're not going to be looking at any of these poems, any of the Ariel poems or Ash Wednesday. This is as he's moving into his it's a sort of a transitional period, as he's moving from the younger, angstier Eliot into the religious Eliot, really. I was just watching Pat's announcement video, and she was talking about his conversion to. He joined the Anglican Church. He described himself as an Anglo-Catholic. So yeah, very high Anglican, very traditional, as far as I understand, and that's certainly reflected, particularly in this period around here with the Ariel poems. But there's that typical Eliot sort of darkness and wryness and a bit of irony in there as well. But we're finishing off with probably my favourite work by T.S. Eliot, which is the 4 quartets, which are just exquisite. And again, just to show off my T.S. Eliot books, we won't be reading Murder in the Cathedral, his play, but I really love that as well. But yeah, 4 quartets, which is just sublime. I really love 4 quartets. Just the way the poetry twists round and round and round. Time present and time past are both perhaps present in time future, and time future contained in time past. If all time is eternally present, all time is unredeemable. Yeah, so I really love 4 quartets, and that's where we're going to be finishing off. And so I just wanted to make this just to invite you to join in and have a go at reading T.S. Eliot. I'm going to be reading from the complete poems and plays. You can find a number of the poems. I'm fairly certain you can find Proof Rock, The Wasteland, and 4 quartets online. They're probably all on the Poetry Society website, if I'm not mistaken. And so I'll try to find links to them just in case you don't have any T.S. Eliot on your shelves. But that's it. Thanks for watching. And if you're up for it, please consider reading some T.S. Eliot in August. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.